Wednesday. It is Hungar the Starvarian with you, like always on Wednesday. Well, not always, but a lot of times on Wednesday. I am just chilling out, doing my thing, chicken wang. Um, yeah. Hope everybody's doing good. It's just typical day waiting on all the slackers. They know we have a show at noon. I sent out invites and they're not here yet. And it's like, WTF, yo. So, not new on this front. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Remember the massacre. It was the Valentine's Day massacre. I don't know. These fools need to show up. If they expect me to do a show with them and they're not here, I'm going to go back to bed. So happy I finally captured me a raptor on Ark and promptly got him killed this morning. I was just like, yep, time to get raptor killed. Took him out and just got his ass smoked. So I got that going for me. Yay. Damn, I'm getting like 0 views. I am the only one watching my show right now. Let's start making some phone calls. Here we go. Mr. Baker, afternoon. There he is. I was just calling your ass.
I know.
Where the hell what the hell, dude? You know we start at noon. You're always late.
A wizard is never late, nor is he early.
Motherfucker, you is not a wizard. I do not see a white hood on your head.
That's something completely different. I think you're thinking of.
Morning, Dean Powell. Morning, Mr. Baker. Hope everybody's doing good. Shannon will take over. I need a cup of coffee.
Not a problem. Happy Valentine's Day, folks. Hope everybody's having a great day.
The Valentine's Day massacre.
Exactly. So, what's happening, Justin? How you doing? Is that well? Awesome.
Oh, sorry, my mic was muted. Yeah, pretty good. You?
Always epic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Although I did get notified with 2 Kickstarters, I will probably back someday.
What are they?
The new Dungeons and Lasers, Caves, and Mantic's Epic Warpath.
Mantic, huh? I haven't really heard about them in a while.
The Dungeons and Lasers got this new Prismacast system where they pre-paint stuff for you. It's technically better than I can paint, and it won't scratch off. I saw the guy take a freaking buck knife and try to scratch the paint off. I mean, try, and it's the same formulas used in automotive and other industries. And the Epic Warpath is just somebody else's version of Epic Space Marines. And I watched the playthrough, and it was closer to what I liked about Epic as opposed to Epic, the Games Workshop version they put out, which is just overly complicated.
Yeah. I like the models that you can get from Lazy Forge. They're a 3D printing house. But the rule set that they have for their 6mm game is weird. I haven't looked into them too much, but they look weird.
So I've got to say, Shadwell, we saw the wife last night.
And
Yeah, standards in Mexico for dudes must be really low.
Yeah.
Because how did you get something like that? She's cute.
I have a long track history. Let's just put it that way.
Of getting girls' green cards? Is that part of your coyote business?
It's not just for Mexico. Let's put it that way.
Nah, you know what? Good job on the wife, bro. We know where Jackie got his good looks.
Me. I got pictures to prove it. It looks
You
just
say
like
what you want to, but we're still going to say that Jackie got his looks from his mom.
he got a completely different set of attributes.
Especially after seeing her last night.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she actually got on the camera.
She didn't know.
Yeah.
She got on the camera. She said hi to everybody.
Yeah, she popped back and waved hi.
It was a little late. What are you gonna do?
She seemed like a really nice lady. Good job, buddy.
She has her moments. But
I'm
then she has her other
you must
moments.
like her. You've been married to her for what, 5,700,000 years?
No.
She's immortal.
She's immortal.
Oh.
Tell that to all the lupus cells running rampant through her body.
Yeah, she's mortal. You're immortal.
Yeah.
No.
You remember them building Atlanta?
Well, yeah. I mean, it would never work. Me and another immortal. I mean, think about it.
Yeah. Well,
there can only be one. Yeah.
So I have no topic today. Oh yeah, dude. I took my raptor out first thing this morning with 15 Dilophosaurs and promptly got them all killed.
Fucking dinosaurs. I feel more hateful towards them than Bear does.
Fucking art.
Dinosaurs can be a lot of fun, folks.
They baby want food. Oh, I think that stupid fucking baby dinosaur.
Dean, it's all cover story.
From that
Don't believe the hype.
Yeah, the hat is not real.
Nope.
That's part of his head.
Yeah.
Good one. I'm looking for another one.
I've never seen him with it off. Not once.
Shit. You see my bald spot? Shut the fuck up.
That was an illusion.
Shadow's got a bullet. His bot on the top and bullet, party in the back.
That was ancient Atlantean magic.
Atlantean magic now. No, I do not prescribe to that. Just because I hang out with a bunch of self-professed Atlanteans, no.
Young, what's up?
Far older than that. Far older than that. What's up, weirdos?
You founded the schools of magic in Atlantis.
I cannot confirm nor will I deny that.
You founded them with the sole purpose of covering up your bald spot.
And 15,000 years later, no luck.
Oh,
that's a pretty sucky wizard. I mean, hell, there's a cantrip. Grow. Come on.
Yeah, but that's a role-playing game. It's not real.
There you go.
Dean, how's it going, buddy?
It's going well, and I suppose, Shadow, you're so old that you somehow survived the deluge and you saw everyone get confused during the construction of Babel.
Yeah, I had no part of that. I
Yeah,
told
he
him
was there.
Well, you're not the reason for it. I know that.
He was the
I told them it was a bad
supervisor of the
idea. They didn't
project.
listen. No. Entertain you?
Well, look at the bright side. They didn't listen afterwards.
They're still not listening.
They still are not listening.
So,
Dean, I'm going to be doing a God Wars special over on Gatekeepers with Jade because he and I are the only ones who can handle that level of epicness, apparently.
Jade's pretty cool. I like Jade.
Jade, yeah, he's good. He's good. He needs to loosen up a little bit, but I've told him that before. Life's too short. Trust me.
I've got a question. Why haven't you been on all the shows that you used to be on? 6 months ago.
I'm on all but one.
No, you're not. You're not on. You're hardly ever. I've not seen you on Legion of Myth in forever.
Oh yeah. I've got a game on Fridays.
I've not seen you on with Table Breakers.
I'm supposed to come back and visit, but we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. And
did you and Bruce Lombardo have a falling out or something?
Oh fuck no! I just talked to him the other day. He was in the chat on my show a couple weeks ago. No, me and Bruce were solid.
Who did you have a falling out with on Table Breakers?
You.
Table Breakers.
Which show is Table Breaker again?
Yeah, it's Baron's show, and my religious differences are probably at the heart of it. I don't believe necromancers can be good characters.
Yeah, but it's a fucking game.
I get that, but the fact that I had never allowed it was shocking, to say the least. Just
necromancers do not have to be evil.
They don't have to be, but they're not allowed in my games. Nor is resurrection.
Well, I don't allow druids in my games, and everybody thinks I'm weird for that.
Right, there you go.
Well, it's not just that.
Druids are evil.
They could be construed as such, but my druids aren't earthly druids. My games aren't based on Earth ever, unless it's like a contemporary game or maybe a sci-fi game. But my fantasy games are worlds completely of my own design, and I'm going to keep it that way, with a couple of exceptions. I don't like blaspheming the idea of resurrection. There's been but one, in my opinion, and that's the way I'm going to keep it. Now, mind you, I will on occasion, rare occasion, allow for someone to come back, but it's usually a very religious thing to begin with.
What about a wish spell?
That's, if you find one, that's what they're for. That's totally different, because you're usually wishing that it never happened, as opposed to, it did happen, and now can we please have a redo? Same with Ultra Reality, with illusionists. And there are occasionally like a potion of life, that's sort of like a just in case sort of situation. But, the way I've been in games where I've seen, 4 resurrects in one game session. That's just, there's what is.
Except the total party kill and start a new game.
Or the thing is, you like magic in your game, but you got something against like divine magic? I mean,
no, it's just that it's like this. Okay, look, say the characters, someone dies and they get a resurrect going on, right? And then the same character dies again. You think the gods are going to be like, oh, okay, no problem? No, you get one chance, if that. And
now I can see that.
And that's what happens. Once you open that floodgate, people just, well, there's no worries. We'll just go pay $50,000 in gold.
I can see like if I was running a game and somebody died, I'd let them get a resurrection. But if they're dying on the fucking daily, they're not getting rezzed all the damn time. One shot and that's it.
Right. And how do you know that that's going to be the one and only time? And how do you know they won't take advantage of that and just go hog wild?
Because I'm the DM and I will say no.
No, that's not going to stop them from thinking that maybe they can get away with this a second time. And what if
you let them know? You let them know at the beginning of the game. It's like, listen, if you guys die, you only get one shot at resurrection.
See, that's the thing I find with me. If I say that you're not coming back, period, they play a whole lot differently. They play smarter. They play like it's for real. You know what I mean? And
I would be willing to let them come back, but they got to pick from a list of like roll on a chart of negative responses, right? Like, are you bound to a demon now? Like, did you come back thinking, "Hey, I'm coming back"? Woo! Oh wait, no, you're the butt boy of Satan.
well, imagine this, especially taking in consideration like the older mythologies and religions. Say they get resurrected and then they die again without completing the main quest or whatever reason they were brought back for. If they fail, can you imagine the punishment they would get in their prospective religion? You don't want to risk that. If you fail and die, you at least can expect to go to Valhalla, so to speak. You tried your damnedest and you still died, but you didn't give up. You fought the good fight, etc. Welcome to the Hall of Heroes. As opposed to you got a second chance and you still screwed up. Oh, your name is going to be legendary amongst the failures of time. Just try hard. If you die, make up a new character. Otherwise, there's no challenge and there's no risk because you just walk in knowing, oh, I've got 3 lives or I've got 2 lives. It's just not the same. I find that if people go into it thinking we better be careful, otherwise, it's literally game over for that character. Now, bringing in another character, that should happen. There should be deaths. I mean, think about Boromir when he died, or when we thought Gandalf died the first time. We were just freaking, just devastated. These great characters that we'd been rooting for the whole time died, and now we have the Coulson moment to have a thing to rally around is their memory to do it for the old Gipper, so to speak. And
Shadow, that's not true. That's not true, Shadow. Gandalf was just trying to get solo XP. Go ahead.
Now look at it this way.
XP
low-level characters are going to die.
That's why he went up so many levels so quickly.
Their low-level characters are going to die. That's going to happen. But when they get around, 10th level, they should have that chance for resurrection.
I could see what you're getting at numerically. If they're at a what we would call a high level, absolutely they should have some sort of chance. But there's a lot of ways you can go around that. AD&D had the great spell Death's Door, which you weren't dead, you were mostly dead. Whereas what it meant was you could go below whatever the rule system said were negatives. You could go like -10 or negative your con. Well, this gave you like a negative extra 10 or 15 points, so that you're not quite dead, but you're pretty bad off. And now there's a chance to resuscitate you. You're not technically dead. I'd rather go with that, or like use a fate point or something like that, as opposed to you're dead, and now the greatest of all magic is being bestowed upon your character, who probably doesn't deserve it. You probably did something stupid, or maybe the dice were just bad for you. But then, isn't that fate saying it's your freaking time?
I'd rather just let the character die.
Precisely. It's more memorable. It teaches a valuable lesson, and it reminds everybody that yes, this is
valuable
a game.
lesson. I'm still going to yell out cake incessantly.
Well, of course, you have to have that battle cry, but it enforces the fact that this is a lethal situation. It's not for the the timid and the meek. This is for big damn heroes.
Big damn heroes.
Ain't we just?
Shadow, what are your opinion then of like the thing when you celebrate someone dying rules there are in like Adventure Conquer King 2, like the more money you put into it, the more your backup character gets.
I like
heroic death.
I'm actually not familiar with it. I like that. I'm also a big fan of having children in game and leaving them stuff because for those of us out there who are fathers or mothers, I'm leaving my kid a crap ton of shit. I'm leaving him a whole bunch of shit he probably has no business owning. But you know what? It's better it goes to him than just disappears out into the ether, to whatever, system is in place to scoop that stuff up. No, that's his stuff. He may not be
Yeah.
ready for it now. When he is, it's there. Now, how you do that in your own game? Obviously, I wouldn't give a first level paladin's, a first level paladin his old man's holy sword. He'd have to earn that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It could be an interesting, an interesting thing that, like, his old man's holy sword, that like his father's sword that he could handle because he had the skill and magical awareness that and anything that the sword might do is like not even a consequence to him because he's high enough level in the meta of the game. But his son inherits this sword, and because he's so like magically weak or ignorant, it overwhelms his personality because he's using something he's just not capable of dealing with mentally, right? You could have those
Sure.
those kinds of like. I like the consequence of getting in over your head, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes, but
like,
arbitrarily saying no, you can't have it. Period.
yeah, like you're using it, but because you're not supposed, like you're spiritually, mentally skilled, not supposed to use something this powerful.
Right. To
You
be like
know,
giving my son, one of my 12 gauges. There's no
yeah,
way he can hold it and use it.
at
He can.
12.
Yeah, right. Well, even at
Yeah.
15, he tries to use my 12 gauge. It's going to knock him on his ass, or my Desert Eagle. It's going to fly out of his hands the first time.
Well, no, using the Desert Eagle is just going to make him homosexual.
I mean, that goes back to an idea I heard for like this just in D in general. Like that there is two categories of magic weapons, and the one is just like, oh, it's magically enchanted. So basically,
Hi,
it
Raven.
works like modern.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh,
Right.
so it works like
Yeah.
one is like it's just enchanted, so it works like modern steel, but like they maybe not didn't have the method to make them. The second one is like intelligent weapons, and that's like, oh, you need to not necessarily the ego thing and so forth written the rule, but like again, like you can inherit your like your father's sword, who is like an awesome paladin, but the sword is not gonna accept you, or at least not accept with all its power until like you're worthy of it,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
you,
it
you
has a
should,
mind of its own. That's like the two ways that like magic sword is. Yeah,
absolutely. You should earn the right to wield it, but it is your birthright. And the blade itself would recognize that and go, maybe it would even guide you toward becoming worthy. Act as like a mentor, or a subtle push here, a subtle push there to get you on the right direction, because it doesn't want to sit around and evolve or in some dragon's horde. It wants to go out and do what it was meant to do, which
yeah.
is put down evil.
Plus,
You
it's
don't
also
know.
a good thing to have a sword guiding you, so the bloodline doesn't get an accidentally wrench and a bastard.
Yeah. You don't know. The sword could be really into just hanging out in the dragon's horde, and
What
it's
if
just
it's a bastard sword? Then it might just want to hang out and do nothing.
yeah,
Yeah, sure,
yeah.
sure. But we were,
So
for sake of argument, going with the holy sword, and
yeah,
absolutely, if it's an evil sword, it might be like, yeah, you know what? Anybody who wields me is going to try to wield me for good. Fuck them. I'm going to hang out with the dragon, and then when the good guys come to slay the dragon, I'm going to jump into the dragon's hand.
Brother.
James,
you're muted, bro.
hey, I wanted to ask you guys a question. I read a novel. I think it was The Magic Goes Away. I don't know if anybody ever read that one.
No,
There was a sword in it in the story, and mind you, it was literally, the story was about a world that was
you're
losing
still
its
muted,
magic.
James.
The magic was going away. It was diminishing, but yet
Mhm.
there was still quite a good amount of magic left. Amongst the people in the story, and this sword's only magic ability was it never missed.
Yeah.
Never.
Bro,
Is
check
that
your
true for you
settings.
guys?
Yeah. So like you don't have to roll the d20 if you had that sword. You just roll your hit damage.
Yep.
Or it's just
That's it.
assumed you got a 20. Every roll with your sword is a non-crit 20, guaranteed.
I might even let you roll for the crit, but
No. You have that. You have that as its downside. There's no opportunity for critical.
mind you, I don't use crits except in games that crit is in the core book. If it's like tacked on, it's not. It doesn't belong. There's a reason games come with crit rules because they tested them, tried them, or they're okay with an inevitable total party kill through fun.
I wouldn't allow that shit at all.
No.
What up, Mobius?
No. If I'm assuming like the critical success as well. But if I had that kind of weapon in the game, like as a magic weapon, I'd probably just, if there are crits in the game, you just don't have to worry about them with that weapon.
Or
you don't get the pluses, but you don't get the negatives.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's actually pretty fair.
I wouldn't allow a weapon like that at all.
Yeah, it's a pretty OP weapon.
Certainly. But then the question I also have to go along with that is, why is a 5% bonus to hit considered such a big deal?
Yeah.
Hey, Bear.
There's a difference between a +5 and a that does +5 and a sword that never misses.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly, that's only 25% chance of guaranteeing a hit. Actually, it's a 30% chance of a guaranteed hit.
If you play a game where sword never misses, I mean, there's a couple of them out there.
Do tell.
Well, the Matt Colville role-playing game, no one ever misses.
It's not out yet.
No, that's not a joke. If the player attacks something, he automatically hits.
Really?
And that's not the only one doing that. There's a couple others that are like that too. And they all give the same excuse that it sucks to wait for your turn and then to miss.
It sucks for a lot of things to happen, but yet they still do.
Like as a rare magical item, yeah. As like a everything, it's kind of gay.
Yeah, it was a one of a kind thing. I mean, Stormbringer, for example, another one of a kind blade, or Excalibur. I don't think they ever missed. If they did, I don't recall reading Stormbringer ever missing. It was too much plot armor. I'm not going to lie. You know, that blade was we all know what it does in the end.
It was forged a billion years ago.
Black blade. Yeah, absolutely.
In the end, I was 1,000 times more evil than you. Exactly.
Bro, I finally got me a raptor last night.
My master is my slave.
I got me a raptor last night, and directly this morning took him out with 15 Dilophosaurs and got them all killed.
Bears. Somewhere out there's a video of me and my band doing that song live.
Sorry, there's a band doing which song live?
Black Blade by Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, of me, my old band. That was one of our songs way back in the day.
There's a video of this out there somewhere, huh?
You are the Blue Oyster Cult, Shadow. People don't realize that this is an ancient Atlantic cult.
I just flew up in the air and just started glowing.
The Blue Oysters were what gave you your psychic powers in Atlantis. We know.
5 oysters made a perfect.
Ravens in the audience.
5 oysters made a perfect triangle star. They turned blue, rose up. Shadow formed in between them and cast down the first stone, which became Atlantis.
There's a bunch of gay bikers dancing around.
I was waiting for that.
In black leather.
Man, someone must have had such a serious hate on for those guys. Just saying. I mean, don't get me wrong. You open up the Mirrors album cover and you get proof that somebody in that band was gay. That was literally where disco and heavy metal had a baby, and it was Blue Oyster Cult.
What was the name of the gay bar in Police Academy?
The Blue Oyster.
Blue Oyster.
Exactly, baby. It's
code. I mean,
Blue Oyster is code.
If you look at that album cover, they are dressed like they just got out of that bar.
Yeah, so what? Who cares?
Well, in
Exactly.
the FCA,
Unless they're going to show up on
Right.
your live stream sometime naked, Shadow, and
Or
then
fat.
Well,
That would
then
be a
you
shame.
better
And
make sure you
trust
got
me,
the
nobody
camera
wants to see a
on.
bunch of 80-year-olds doing that. Although
don't kink shame Justin like that.
I have no doubt
you know,
that
I
you have an
forget her
entire
name, but she
series.
was 80 years old, and she thought someone wanted to see
I
that.
always thought Blue Story Cult was interesting because basically a half Jewish guy like getting a band to sing
Eric Blue?
his Fool Society.
Well, actually, believe it or not, it wasn't really Eric so much as it was Sandy Pearlman and who's the other guy who wrote a great portion of their lyrics and drove them to where they went. Unfortunately, the other two members that were in line with that storyline that they had going on, the Imagino storyline that carried them through, their entire career, they got sort of booted from the band, and the other three members, Eric and Buck Dharma and whoever else it was, wanted to just do the hits, and that's all they do is they did put out an album last year that was okay, but my least favorite of all their albums.
What was that song?
So anyway, an AD&D sword that always hits, not a big deal.
Yeah, I want the Sword of the Blue Oyster Cult now. That's what I want.
I'll get
bad boy.
I'll get to work on that. I never
say-
thought of that, Bear. I'll get to work on that. I've got some ideas.
It
I'm gonna
turns
say
everybody.
as an AD&D DM, a magic sword that always hits is not that big of a deal. It depends on the damage bonus.
Right. And
No,
not
no
to
damage bonus.
No damage bonus, not that big of a damn deal. So
Right.
on your turn, as a matter of fact, that would be more boring.
No,
than
because
to hit, because it's like, okay, it's your turn. I attack this guy and hit with sword.
D8.
That's
You're
way
done.
more boring.
yeah, I'll be okay with
And
that.
when you think about a lot of games, especially that have the hit matrices the way they do, where the higher level you get, you're a 10th, 15th level fighter. There's certain armor classes you automatically hit anyways. The first three, I think, you need negative numbers to hit, as in you can't miss. And then you throw in, weapon specialization or just a plus.
Was it 3E where they brought in 1 as as a failure and 20 as a critical hit? Is that third edition?
Yeah, you always miss on a 1.
Where does that come from? Was that in BX? You always miss on a 1?
AD&D actually,
Is it an AD&D?
they had some stuff about 1 being an auto fell.
Okay.
Except for fighters, when the hit table literally says
Yeah.
-3, you got to be like 18th level, and it says -3 to hit armor class 10. Well, that means if somehow you got a -2 on your roll to hit, you'd still hit an armor class 10 automatically. That's math. If they're gonna change the rules of math, it's something I didn't like with Palladium's percentage system. If my percentages are over 100, then why tell me they're over 100? If I'm automatically going to fail on a
No matter how good you are,
Wow.
there's always a chance you're going to fuck up.
Right, but there are
doesn't go over
negatives.
100. It stops at 98.
Right, but there are also negative modifiers depending on difficulty, are there not?
Yeah, of course.
So-
BRP, on the other hand, has over 100. Rollmaster has over 100. But
Right,
Yeah,
this is
but
not-
Rollmaster, if you have over
we don't talk
100,
about Rollmaster.
it still doesn't.
No, I would just make the negatives,
It still
commensurate
doesn't matter.
with the difficulty. In my own homebrew system that I used to run, if I thought the task was impossible, I give you a -100. But if you've got a 135% chance to do it, then you've got a 35% chance to do the impossible.
I got a question for Bear. Did you read that Goblin Slayer role-playing game book last night and learn all the rules?
dear God, no. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
That was that 100.
I don't even know where to begin
400.
answering that question there.
40,000 page book.
Does anybody
wrong with
remember
that?
that school of speed reading? I forget, it had somebody's name attached to it back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah, it was fake as shit.
Let's
Right,
just say that it started about 51 years ago
Fair enough. Good to know.
when my mother found him behind a dumpster
Oh, so he was like a stray cat.
on the bad side of town.
That's still my favorite meme of late, which is the dog owner. We went through a lot of processes and interviews to adopt our dog. Cat owner. I found this in the garbage.
No, yeah. See, the dog owners that they have like 4 dogs is like, this is a purebred so and so, and then this is a purebred so and so, and this one I found in the dumpster, and he's the love of my life.
These are my
Yeah,
cats.
cat owner's
What kind of
like,
cats
"This
are
is
they?
a cat."
That one's black. That one's orange. Like, it's just, it's insane. The difference.
Ravens, any of this sound familiar?
To be fair,
Whoa.
though,
Raven is. This one is a raccoon. This one is also a raccoon.
Oh my God,
This one is
no.
also a raccoon.
Guys, she literally has more cats than dice.
How do you have more cats than dice?
my niece is that way.
Your name is Raven.
That's that parasite that the cats give you. The what's it called?
That
Shit,
it makes you
Oxymoron.
love them or whatever.
makes them love more. Yeah. If you have more than 3 cats, you may have that parasite. You know what I mean?
Is that an actual real thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's for rodents, right? Rodents normally get it, but it's transmissible to humans, they've found. And so the rodents don't run from the cats. They just go, hi, and they walk up to the cat, and the cat goes, fucking lunch. Like, great, you know.
Yeah, the rodents are like, cats are cool.
I wish I had a parasite that would give me lunch.
I thought you had a girlfriend.
We can get you a tapeworm.
I got one of those. But, you
James,
know,
Valentine's Day burn. That was good.
Hey, Justin, we can start a GoFundMe and get you a tapeworm.
no, that eats your lunch. I don't
Yeah,
want
but
that.
then you could eat whatever you want, you know. And
The GoFundMe would be the leftover, because the tapeworm's only going to cost like $1.50. The leftover money will be for the Uber Eats gift subscription. You know what I
there
mean?
you go. There you go.
Mm.
I'm surprised tapeworms haven't taken over.
In your
be honest.
bloodstream that could go
Maybe they
to
have.
the
Maybe
brain
that is
and
what's
heart.
wrong with society. That the tapeworms are winning.
Dude, in the 70s, there was a diet supplement they were selling that were freeze-dried fucking tapeworms. And
Yeah, I'm
like
pretty
people
sure
were taking them, and these
take
things
their
were
vaccine.
reviving inside their fucking colon or something. It's like, what's wrong with
Wow.
humanity?
Humanity does not deserve what it's been given.
No.
Well, yeah, we all know that.
Yeah, we ruined Taco Bell. We put real meat in that fucking thing.
Clearly, parasites is just physical manifestation of demons.
You may be onto something there, Dean.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, concerning Goblin Slayer, the only guy I've seen revered was that Brazilian guy, the one that looks like Dio. What's up with the Goblin Slayer RPG that...
It's
Is it
600
that,
pages
or-
of text. It's huge.
and it's as big as, well, I don't know if
Pull
they
the
have
book out.
phone books in Denmark, but it's as big as an American phone book. It's 600 pages.
Arduin's got it beat by 300 pages, but yeah.
And it's written like a freaking mechanics manual.
I don't think I
So-
saw a single.
This is the book. Okay. And oh wait, there's a piece of art. I found one.
Oh, I was going to say I don't think I saw a piece of art.
There is. There's one piece of art.
Looks like a diagram.
There's 2, 3. There's about 10 pieces of art in the entire book, buddy.
The like stuff, all the light novels in there. What's it's actually rules.
And you read it left to right like normal, right?
Yeah. It's Americanized. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, look at that. That's a page. You know what I mean? Like, good God, it's dense. Doesn't even begin
Well,
to
you know.
describe it.
They are, a lot of people would say, smarter than us. So there you go.
And then they stuck a character sheet in the back that you have to out and ruin your book. But given that it's only $20 for the book, and this is the character sheet, by the way, 2-sided.
Nice.
It's a double-sided bad boy for you there, you know. So that's nice. You can go photocopy that on your 11x17.
Jesus Christ. So you basically have to fill out an application when you're done with the book.
Yeah, to play the game, you have to make your characters an application. You have to fill out exactly. I'd like to apply to be in your game as a grass runner, which is what they call halflings, Rhea. It's really, I mean, look, it's a good system from everything I've read about it and everything, all the reviews I've seen. People say it works really, really well, but my God, I'm not reading it.
Rhea, that's what I remember. There was a character in the cartoon that was a Rhea. And I wondered, what the hell is that?
It's a grass runner.
Because it looked like just a really short elf.
Yeah, it's the halfling that isn't a hobbit, right?
Right. I was
Okay,
like,
because I was going to say, every Hobbit I've ever, read about or seen, running was just not really a thing.
It's not a priority in their day.
well,
Well,
this
not just
one
that, I mean,
went
they're-
off
they're-
adventuring.
Their legs are like 8 inches long. They're not getting very far very fast.
That was the thing. This one went off
You seen a cat run?
Somebody to slay
Yeah,
dragon.
well, their legs are backwards, so they got that weird
You
physics.
ever see a
mice?
chimp run? A chimp can move, son.
Oh,
I tend to stay away from things
chimpanzees.
that want to throw shit at me.
I kind of
Except
feel
you
like
guys.
we could do a documentary with you, like Tiger King, but we could call it Chimp King. I think you would work on that.
I ain't got no chimps, and I never would. I think
Yeah,
that they're
Chip is a
pure
metaphor
evil.
for what he calls his performers.
Shit.
Yeah, Curtis read the whole damn game and tried to do a write up on it, and that he was like,
I feel sorry for you, young sir.
Well, if he read the whole thing, he must have enjoyed some part of it.
It could be masochism.
I can't tell you how many games I've read 10 pages in and went, nope, I want my money back.
I have a strict
Usually-
policy. 80 pages is the max.
You say you gotta be okay with reading a technical manual or a mathematics textbook.
Well, I mean, that's what
Almost.
Bear said too.
There are folks out there that are exactly like that, though. I've encountered quite a few. They want the whole spreadsheet,
yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that what Max Lau's always arguing for?
There's also Saxius and Baron G Rock. They're all very technical minded like that. If that's your jam, run with it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That could be their game. They could be missing out big time.
Here, I'm gonna give you guys a link. I think this is it. Yeah, this is Sword World 2.5, which is the game it's based on. They're all the books are translated by fans from Japanese, and you can get them for free on that Google Drive link I just gave you. And it's much better done. Much better done. There we go. It's much. Well, I can't speak English anymore. Never mind.
Okay.
Well, you are Canadian.
Oh, don't start, Danish boy.
Hey, I know my accent gets in the way all the time. I could apparently say funeral before.
You are 1/3 of my ancestry. Do you understand? And as I've said to Saxius many times, the Danes are the worst of the Vikings because they were the administrators. The
explains a whole lot.
Norwegians were the just throw them at the fight until the fight's over. The Swedes were the whose side are you going to be on in this fight? Which way are you going to go? You going to change midway through the fight? What's going to happen, you geek bastards? And then the Danes were like, what if we just find a way to make it all money?
That is
very
accurate.
Very well said.
Mm.
And I'll tell you what, I know because I married a Danish woman,
Oh, yeah.
and she lives to organize shit. Everything has to be organized at all times, and everyone has to know what's going on at all times. And she absolutely despises impetuousness. And I am one of the most impetuous people that I know.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just wake up one day and be like, let's do this. No plan, just out of the blue.
One of my
Fuck it, I feel like
exes
doing
is,
this. And it drives her nuts.
well, there you
She's
go.
like,
One of
no, we got to make a schedule.
One of my exes was half Danish, half English, and raised mostly by her mother, who was Danish. And I was not allowed to do the laundry because the laundry had to be done and folded a very particular way, or there was going to be chaos. It was just like, well, then you do it. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not fighting you on this.
Right?
Nope.
Okay, do you guys know what area of Denmark they are from?
No, not off the top of my head.
Ooh.
It's not like it's a big place, though.
Do I know?
No, but when you're an island nation, there are surprisingly differences.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
The family name was Christensen, if that helps. Nope. That's like saying Smith in Wales.
Might
That's
as well
like
be
the
Smith.
most. That's like
This will
the
be-
most used last name.
Yeah,
So.
that'll be Jones in Wales, right? Christensen. Hungar, what video game are you playing now on your phone?
I am not. I'm actually looking up something about a role-playing game.
Ooh, what are you looking up?
Japanese, small eyes, big mouth. Or
Oh,
small,
Bessem, you're big.
big
Bessem
mouth,
got re-released, eh?
big eyes, small mouth.
Yeah, the Bessum, and they had another one where you played a cop and a robot.
I've got the box set that actually comes with 6 different books for 6 different genres.
Bubblegum Crisis?
Yeah,
Oh,
Bubblegum.
no,
Crisis.
Bubblegum Crisis was R. Talsorian.
Yeah, I used to have that. I was really intrigued with the idea of for lack of a better word, generic universal role playing system, multi genre. I think there's going to be always a need for something like that without it being GURPS, because GURPS is just
GURPS is
it's
the
too
devil.
much. It's too much. I'm in a GURPS game on Friday, and I've been in it for almost a year, and it's okay, but it's just too much. It's way too much.
The older I get, the less I want universal systems, and the more I want games designed specifically for the genre that they are emulating.
Even Palladium, I think it did what it set out to do pretty well.
Palladium changes for every setting they do, right? Like
There are subtle
rules.
changes, yeah.
Yeah. But even then, Palladium started as a fantasy game. Never forget that, right? It wasn't a generic game when it started.
I thought it started out with Turtles or Robotech.
No. The Palladium role-playing game. Wasn't that the first one back in like 80
It
or
was.
whatever? Yeah.
I thought it was Turtles.
No, what it was is the Palladium rules, as you see them, were basically Symbiota's AD&D homebrew bullshit.
Yeah, they really were.
Didn't they start out like releasing splat books, and then they realized, hey, we can make more money if we don't tie us to a potential lawsuit with TSR.
Yeah.
A
So
potential.
then they started getting IPs and doing all kinds of shit.
Holy shit.
They come up with Rifts, which was supposed to be the catch-all game. And,
There are a lot of people who feel the Megaverse ruined the Palladium game, though. They do. And there's a lot of people that believe that.
Megaverse has always ruined everything.
Well, it's because they made everything suddenly have SDC everywhere and MDC and all that fun stuff. So they if you go read first edition Palladium Fantasy, the Palladium role-playing game versus Palladium Fantasy 2E, there's a lot of differences. There's tons of similarities.
Oh, yeah.
There are differences.
Oh, absolutely. And
I got to say, I agree with some other people I've talked about with this. I absolutely prefer the first edition as a game, but
even spell points spell slots versus spell points.
The spell slots work like spell points in first edition if you pay attention to them close enough.
Sure.
It's not like D&D where it's like advancing. You got to memorize your spells in advance and pick your spell list, which you cast, and you can cast it many times, which is kind of cool. But I'm running 2E, and Cody's running 2E because we want to support Palladium. We want to show support for their current produced stuff. But if I had my druthers, I'd probably be running the 1E because it gets rid of all those stupid physical skills that just make characters ridiculous, And there's no personal.
I kind of like them, but I think what it is they were a little too OP compared to.
Well, the great martial arts argument comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Although I actually really was a big fan of the Ninjas and Super Spies book, I kind of get what Max's complaint about it was. But if you just narrow it down to the few martial arts that you're going to allow, all the other stuff in that book is phenomenal.
I wasn't even talking about the specific martial arts. I was talking about the whole. Does it give you a bonus attack or 4 attacks?
Yeah.
Because people argue both.
That is a whole other beast.
That is a whole other beast. That's a horse of a different color.
That's a wall of a different China? What? I don't know where we're going with this.
I'm just trying to be part of the fucking conversation.
Yeah, but right now you look like you're high, so you're big mouth, small eyes right now.
Don't put the cart before the horse, or you do things out of.
I could be a little high right now.
That was remember the key of awesome, man.
Not from weed, it'd be from medications.
That's fair.
Hey, you do you, man.
That was cool.
Just
When they did
moderation,
the
my
Katy
friend.
Perry-
Moderation.
the Katy Perry song. Oh, by the way, that meme you sent out in the game group today was awesome.
What meme?
Hungar sent a meme out and had the Kansas City Chief guy after the game, and he had his arm around Taylor Swift, but Taylor Swift's face had been altered to look like Napoleon Dynamite.
So it really didn't
yeah.
have to do that much alteration.
Not that you need to do much,
Yeah.
just throw some glasses on her.
Taylor
Here's your
Swift
stupid
was not
food. Eat it.
Oh, now it would be fucking hilarious if Taylor Swift just started like using
Like
Napoleon Dynamite
owning it.
quotes and
I don't know.
shit.
I'm getting a little tired of that blow up doll.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Well,
She's always got her mouth open, bright red, and same pose.
Well, you would know. You are the master of gay porn and sex toys. So we'll take your word for it. What's that?
That is, believe it or not, a character that died very early on in the Berserk series.
Oh, that's what's his name? Fuck.
Bazuzo, the Gray Knight.
Mazuzo. Yeah.
Yeah, the Bear Slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Totally.
But what I'm most proud of, which I'll show you, is
we're
I've been
admiring
modding
his
up all these miniatures that I got for for Dragonbane. And
it's the wrong nose
Wolfen was the hardest
and lower
one.
lip.
Okay, Hungar, put me back on. But
No,
I went over the Wolfen and I realized I could take the spear off, give him an axe, give him a shield, and then on his back, give him a bow and a quiver. And then on his hip, give him like a bag, a coin purse, or whatever. And then that way, this character can be a multitude of different professions.
Nice.
Because, like I said, I mean, the miniatures, you can take me back to the miniatures are good. They're just, they all look the same. That's all. You don't want to take me back.
if you can make them smaller, still, that'd be good.
I like that you make them bigger. Actually, I could actually paint one of those.
This is, you guys know who that is. That's the Skull Knight.
Yeah, that's the thing about 3D printers, man. If you need the model to be larger, you just hit that plus button in the slicer, the software to make it.
Yeah, in Chitterbox, you just got the up arrow, and you can go by percentage or by like actual millimeter. So you can put a model in and say, I want 50% bigger. Boom, and boop, there it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got a big model out there. It took 8.5 hours to print on a Saturn II. So it's a big model. It's like a foot tall. It's a character from some anime. And it comes in like 12 parts, so I got to put it together. But it's an actual action figure that I'm probably going to give my daughter.
I've got a barbed wire around here somewhere that I did.
Of course, you have a barbed wire. That's your girl.
Yeah, I love that Pamela Anderson from 1996, man.
Pamela Henderson. You mean the ditch pig? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, TCG.
You got a problem? You got a problem with Pamela Anderson circa 1996?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yes.
She was a whore.
I'm never gonna fucking.
That look was perfect, Bear. That look was perfect.
What's up, Pamela Anderson? Is it edible?
Yeah, well,
Depends
according
on
to
who you
Tommy Lee, it is.
Oh God. Oh God. I don't even want to think about all that.
Oh, dude, the amount of diseases
I
she
forgot
has
that
is
back in the
terrifying,
80s.
man.
Worse than Farrah Fawcett?
Yes.
Yeah, but Farrah Fawcett was batshit crazy. That's what made her appealing. It was like, she's nuts. She's fucked up. And sadly, she's passed, but whatever. I saw her Playboy spread, and I was like, dear God, was she that skinny in the 70s? Like, fuck. She was a skeleton when she did Playboy.
Well, it
What
was
year-
the 70s. There was a lot of cocaine.
Well, you think?
There was all of the cocaine in the 70s.
Shadow was there.
Shadow,
The 70s made Colombia rich.
very rich.
I think
But the District of Columbia or the actual country?
The
Both.
country,
Both.
yeah, both. Yeah, take your pick.
Both.
Yeah.
take your pick, yeah.
And one's actually doing better than the other now. So
Guess what?
Yeah, the country.
I used to have one of those big cardboard stand-ups of Kathy Ireland.
Oh wow!
Kathy Ireland.
I was never into Kathy Ireland.
I always thought she was adorable, and my buddy was a district supervisor for Circle K.
Okay.
So when she was doing the Bud Light thing in
Yeah.
the bikini, he got me the stand-up.
But see, you hit the nail right on the head. She was like Brooke Shields. She was too wholesome. You know what I mean? She looked too proper. You know, you didn't want to have dirty thoughts about girls like that because they were like,
So Kathy Ireland's too wholesome and Pamela Anderson's too much of a whore.
And right in the middle is Farrah Fawcett. Perfection. There you go. You figured it out. Well done. Sir.
I'd rather the ends of the spectrum.
Well, we know you're on the spectrum, bro.
I was about to say that.
you kind of walked into
Yeah,
that.
which spectrum are you picking the ends of there, buddy?
All of them.
I like the girls that are fully autistic.
So what you're saying is that Justin needs to find a girl that really likes Neopets.
Ouch. I was
Or
going to say
Power
Greta
World.
Thunberg was his kind of gal, but I guess
Yeah.
Neopets works too.
She was a little older.
little.
Little
When?
Power World
When?
accent.
I don't know, like 5 days.
Oh, yee.
Gotta wait for that paint to dry a bit, buddy.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe some
Never-
plastic surgery in the face.
James, I have never heard that before. Oh my God, I'm stealing it.
Yeah, that's a good one. You gotta wait for that paint to dry. Jesus Christ.
Wow. That was good.
Hey, crafting gamer.
Yeah,
I think TCG left. He was like, what the fuck is this? I'm out.
yeah.
That's
Change
always
his logo
the case
a little
with
bit.
somebody, you know. I'm surprised Bubba didn't show up.
Bubba. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised Bubba didn't show up.
Why?
He always
He's
shows
usually
up.
Yeah, he's usually here. And this would have been, you know, a ripe stream for him to play off.
Well, maybe he's doing something more important.
He might be in a game.
Valentine's Day.
You
There's
know?
that too.
Yeah.
And he is married.
Yeah. We did
That
that the other
doesn't mean
night
they
here.
can go on a date.
I mean, things more important you could be doing. Staring at a wall.
Oh my god! Literally, my four-color
paint to
cafe
dry.
tonight is going to be just me because all the co-hosts are like, "No, I got to do stuff with the wife tonight." I'm like, "Okay, just be me." All right.
Man, my wife got something big planned tonight. We're going to Publix.
She went to a grocery store to get a sandwich.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Pub subs are worth.
Well, that's what she said.
What,
she wanted to
$5.99?
do.
They're the best.
Worth $5.99.
Yeah, speaking of Valentine Hungar, which one of the nurses are you taking on a date today?
I got 3 of them taking me out tonight.
Mm.
Hungar's
kind of
going to sit
procedure are we
home and eat
talking?
ramen noodle and get murdered by raptors.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I'm going to do. I'm going
That's
to pay
actually what
Markins
Hungar's
and
going
die.
to do tonight.
Yeah.
You can try to play it off. That's okay, though. I'm pretty sure a pack of direwolves just ate one of my Megatherium, so... You know, whatever.
I was up at your house today. I tried to run down to the river and got murdered by a freaking saber tooth.
Yeah. Anyway,
Mm.
I don't know. I like the sword talk. That was cool.
So,
Yeah.
Shadow, you got anything planned for you and your wife tonight?
No, I normally do gatekeepers after dinner. And
Dude, you better be good to that woman.
Yeah, she's
or
fucking
what?
good for you.
Or what?
She might
Not
leave
that-
you.
Pack up, move on again. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
He's old hat at that. He's done it every century or so for at least the last 10,000 years. So he's good.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
You got to set a good example for Jackie.
He's got to fake his death.
Yeah, he's got to make sure the society crumbles in some sort of burning revolution or
And then
invasion
he'll
from the
reappear.
outside.
We're almost there, man. We're almost there.
Then he'll reappear and he'll be all like,
I am your savior. Pretend I don't exist.
no, it's more like Count Saint Germain.
Yep.
He just shows up and hangs out.
I was thinking Milo Moray from the Horse Clan novels. Very similar.
The horse clan.
And they have Sabretooth, so you guys would dig it, or at least some of you would dig it.
Hey, who said I dig Sabretooth? Those sons of bitches piss me off.
Oh, I dig megafauna. I'm just not into dinosaurs.
Yeah, I said Megatherium, ground sloths.
Those fucking ground sloths piss me off.
And I was just like, leave me alone. No,
Sam,
you're talking about those
Sam.
Chalatathia things that throw mud and rocks at you.
Those piss me off too.
Yeah. Anyway, though, I'm trying out this new Vallejo Express color. It's called Caribbean Blue, and it's kind of a turquoise color. And I put it on a executioner.
It's all blurry and shit.
Yeah, because I shake like a leaf.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, yeah.
That'll work.
No, you shake like what was it?
Michael J.
Little wire?
Michael J.
Yeah.
Fox.
Oh,
What's shaking besides Michael J. Fox?
no, I was thinking Beetlejuice. What's her face? Going
My
down the
hands
stairs.
have always been a little shaky.
Thanks, crafting. I could do that. I could do that.
What was that? What was the song on Beetlejuice when she's coming down the stairs?
Shake Sonora.
Yeah.
Nerds, what's happening? You show up at the end of the
Exactly.
stream.
No, she's probably been here the whole time. She's like, I better make myself known.
All right, I got an announcement to make. Next month, there will be a Hungar the Starvarian painting competition.
It says here that, oh, never mind. Go ahead.
So whoever paints, besides my brother, whoever paints the best Hungar the Starvarian mini gets a free t-shirt. Your choice from my list or my whole thing of t-shirts on TeePublic.
My favorite T-shirt is the Dune one.
I got a new
I don't know,
one
man.
out.
Jackie has dibs on the like 70 or 80 millimeter version of Hungar. I don't know if I could pry him away from his busy schedule to pick up a paintbrush.
Yeah.
I might have to
Yeah.
get another one printed.
Bear doesn't paint.
Nope.
I'm quitting the hobby.
Machete
I'm
don't
over
text.
that.
Well, you know.
Well, that's for other people who are in the stream.
She took the Katie.
So what? You're not going to paint anymore, Justin?
Well, I don't know.
He caught the Katie.
Maybe on a Thursday.
Left me a mule to ride.
Does Justin ever paint? I've never seen a single thing Justin does.
Justin, show him your mini that you always show off.
Oh, dear God.
The one
I'm not
that,
sure about that. I
Is
didn't
that the
paint
one
that
that show
many,
how
so-
that want to know how? No, wait, that's the guy who was asked how tall Kyle is.
Yes.
That's the angry mustache model.
Yeah, but
It
let it
wasn't
be known
angry.
next month is
You can get that from Bolt Action.
you guys
Bolt
can,
Action sells that figure.
you can send
No, not
me,
that one. That one's from Britain's. It's
You
an
can
old-
send
old-
me your mini
British
paint the picture of your mini on Discord, and I will announce the winner and
British.
show off the top 3
Mhm.
at the end of March.
All right.
So anybody interested?
I'll prod the boy into painting.
I am
But
still
With that note,
working-
I'm going to end the show.
Well, hold on. I'm still working on the Dragonbane combat video.
Cool.
And I'm going to go over one combat is going to be against normal NPCs so people can see how that works. So goblins or orcs or something. And then the second one I want to do will be against an actual monster.
Nice.
Because there is a difference.
Yeah.
So,
It's always good to do.
yeah.
So, and Jackie's video came out yesterday,
Part
Oh, yeah?
3 or part 2 of his
Part 2.
part 2.
Cool.
So if anybody wants to check that out, it is on his YouTube
And
page.
James L did such a great job on the voice. Just perfect. And he's looking for more voice actors for upcoming episodes. So if you folks are interested, look us up on our Help Wanted.
I told him last night that you can always count on me to not do anything in his videos.
Well, you're already on the website, so there.
Shadwell, you have table breakers tonight, right?
No, gatekeepers.
Or gatekeepers. And
I
there
think
you have your...
might be canceled due to Valentine's Day, but I'm not sure.
And Bear, you have 4-Color Cafe tonight, right?
Yep, 4-Color Cafe, Lonely Hearts chat tonight. So I'm gonna probably meet by myself talking to other people who are single.
I might jump in there with you.
That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not doing something, I'll come and say hi.
See, now you got me thinking of The Fix.
The Fix?
Oh,
That was a great band.
Lonely Heart.
Fix.
What,
Yeah,
The Fix?
That's not The Fix. That's
Sticks.
oh Christ. Owner of a Lonely Heart. Who does Owner of a Lonely Heart?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes, it's Sticks, right?
No, it's not. Fix is a different band.
You know what though? Yes, opened up for Styx during the
Yes.
what was that? Mr. Roboto. What was the name of that album?
Kilroy was here.
Thank you. I couldn't remember that. They opened, and that was one of the greatest shows of all time.
Have you ever listened to the lyrics of Mr. Roboto?
Yeah.
It's basically Ted Kaczynski's manifesto put to music.
I still want to see.
I'm not even kidding. It's Uncle Teddy, machines dehumanize.
I still want to see Rat and Poison tour together just so I can get a t-shirt of the Rat Poison tour.
Who did I see Rat with? Oh, I saw Rat open up for Ozzy.
They would probably go on tour together and fucking not make that shirt because they're idiots.
Rat does one of my favorite songs in the world.
Round and Round.
Round and Round. That song, I know it's so freaking basic, bitch.
I'm a big fan of their track "You're in Love." I really like that one. Like, that's a really good one.
That had some really interesting musical breaks in it.
Just as a teenager, though, Round and Round.
Oh, Round and Round was the shit, man.
It was like,
Your love will go,
just give me time.
What was that, Dean Pell?
Oh, I thought that it was like you spin me right round. Yeah, you
No,
know.
that's Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive.
Yeah, Dead or Alive.
Spin me right round, baby, right round.
Anyway, end the show.
He's
And
Slim
yeah,
Chicken
you're spending
Grease,
the time to
everybody.
go.
Happy
We'll
trails,
see you
folks.
guys
Happy
tonight.
Valentine's Day.
Have a good one.
Bear, what time's 4-Color starting?
8 p.m.
All righty. See you guys tonight around 8 o'clock if I'm awake.
Have a great day, guys.
Justin, say it.
Party on.